Hi, the purpose of this video is to demonstrate how to replace the turn signal flasher bulb located in a GMC Jimmy, S10 Blazer, or Bravada mid-90s system. The problem with this whole operation is that the flasher bulb is in a location that's rather hard to find or get at. What we're looking at here is underneath the dash of a Bravada, and this whole panel right here needs to be removed. The flasher is located right behind this panel, so we're going to have to remove a couple of things to get at it. Tools you'll need to accomplish this are a 7mm quarter drive socket, handle for helping if that works for you, but you can just use the socket, or a quarter drive ratchet wrench with the socket attached to it. You'll need a T25 Torx. That's a star end. I don't see that very well. It's got a star end on it. It's a T25, commonly found in kind of a set like this. So once you've got your tools and your replacement flasher bulb ready, you're ready to start taking this apart. First step in getting this panel off here is we need to remove some panels from underneath here. There's 5 screws. There's 1, 2, 3 here, and then over here there's another one and another one right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our 7mm socket along with our handle, and we're going to loosen those up. These are really tight. You can use that quarter drive socket wrench to get them loosened up. Once you get them loosened up, it doesn't take much to finish pulling them out. Alright, so now I've got those loose, so I'm going to take my socket off my handle, and I'm going to just use that to just finish twisting these out. So there's one. Two. And try not to drop the socket. So now those 3 are out, this panel's dropped. What that exposes is this Torx bolt right here that we're going to be removing in the next step. We still need to remove this second cover over here. There's 2 bolts. We're not going to completely remove it. We're just going to remove the first 2 bolts to kind of help get it out of the way. There's one. There's one back over here. It's pretty hard to get at, so you might need to use that wrench. Kind of stuffed right between the front of the console and the dash, so it's tight in there. You can kind of see it start to come out there. There's a better view of it. So now we've removed those 5 bolts. This piece now will move down out of the way and exposes the second bolt that we want to remove here. This bolt here is also a Torx bolt. So now we're going to switch to our Torx wrench. We're going to go back up here and we're going to remove this top Torx bolt here. I've loosened these to make things faster here, so it's going to come out pretty easy. Yours might be pretty tight. Got that one. Now we're going to move over here. We're going to do the same here. I'm going to get this one loose. Twist it out of there. And it's these 4 bolts that hold that whole panel in place. We're not going to completely remove the panel from the car. We're just going to move it down far enough to get our hands behind it to remove the part that we need to replace. Okay, moving back down to the bottom here. We exposed this one earlier, so we're going to go ahead and loosen that up and get that bolt out of the way. There we go. Alright, next step is we've got to get this last bolt. That's right here. So you got to pull that kind of down out of the way. Get your wrench up in there. You can see very well through my hand. Get the wrench up on that like that. Get that loose. At this point, that panel is going to start kind of dropping down and opening up. You'll see it open up. So the panel's dropping down. So now we've got all those bolts out. We got this bolt out. We got this bolt out. The one down there, and the one over there. So now we're gonna come over here. We've got to remove the cigarette lighter or the ashtray. Should have done that first. I'm gonna reach up in there and release a pin. Pulls this thing out. These ashtrays out of the way now. So now I can pull this down. And what you're gonna see up in there is there are 2 round silver cans. And those are the flasher bulbs. The left-hand side is for the hazards. The right-hand side is for your turn signal switch. For your turn signals. We're gonna prop this open so we can get our hands in there. There's a light in there. Alright, so now we've got this exposed. We get our hand in there. We're gonna reach in there. However you can, just pull that right side one out completely. Give it a little wiggle back and forth until it pops out in your hands. This can be pretty tight. So there it comes out. So there I've got that little unit, little round unit. It's going to have 2 prongs on it. Those are the electrical connections. You're going to grab your replacement, which won't be identical necessarily. It might be plastic instead of metal, but it's still going to have those 2 prongs on it, and that's what you want. Your local auto parts store should be able to help you identify the right one for your car. There are different types. There's a loud and a normal. If you like the loud, obnoxious, click, 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 when you turn your signals on, buy the loud. If not, the normal will do. These run for about $12, $13 at your local auto parts store. Alright, so now you take the replacement, and you got that socket location in there. And you're going to put this and line up those prongs and shove that right back in there where you found it. Alright, so when you're done, it looks like it did when you began. At this point, before you start the car, or before you put the car back together, you're going to want to do a test just to make sure that this is what's fixed your problem. So turn the key on, turn your turn signal on. There's the right, there's the left. Check your hazards. Hazards are good. Alright, so that's a good repair. Now all we have to do is put this thing back together in the reverse order that we took it apart in. Make sure you get the bolts good and tight when you put it together, and you have a good day. Thanks. Bye.